Hello, hello. That connects to the camera? That's fucking cool. All right, what's up everyone? Tyler here. Today we're gonna be doing the LimitedSlipz review of Casey's 2015 Camaro SS 1LE. We're gonna be taking it through a couple courses. We're gonna send it a little bit, talk about what it was when it was stock, when I bought it, how much it was, and all the mods and everything. He's gonna take it for a spin, give his unbiased opinion, even though he's a GT Shelby owner. Boom. And then, yeah, we'll get right into it and see all the mods that I've done to it, how much it costed, all the labor and everything that went into it as well.
Bro, I maintain 180 pieces of equipment.
And just see what it's like to drive a 2015 Pro-Charged Camaro in 2025.
All right, awesome. With that being said, we're gonna take you guys around the car, POV style, have Casey run through everything.
And there's a lot. There is so much to this car. I spent a lot of hours doing it, and I'm sure when we get other cars on here and they start telling their stories on their cars, you know, there is a lot of time and effort that gets put into these as well as money. So it's special to me to explain all this car and everything that I've done to it as well. So I'm excited to get into it as well.
All right, cool. That being said, let's get into it.
All right, so this is a 2015 Camaro. It is a 2SS RS 1LE package. So when I say that, it's got the RS package, and you'll find those on these Camaros if it has the chrome trim on here. So all 1LEs, they came with the ZL1 rims. So these are stock ZL1 rims. They came with Brembo brakes in the front and Brembo brakes in the rear. Now I don't have stock ZL1 rims on the back here because this thing loses traction a whole lot. It comes standard with a 6-speed manual transmission. It's a TR6060. You'll know it's a 1LE because you'll get a nice Alcantara steering wheel as well as the shifter there. You'll get 4 gauges that will tell you your volts, your oil temperature, trans temperature, as well as your oil PSI. One of the bad things about this car is that oil pressure sensor reading can be off sometimes. So it's a lot better to just look at the actual center dash. You know, it goes by bar. So you'll see that as well. So this is a 6.2 liter LS3. They come stock with these cars from 2010 all the way to 2015, where they ended up discontinuing the LS and going into the LT series motors. That came in the Vets, came in the 6th gen Camaros. This one, easy, single cam, push rod motor. We got a D1X Pro Charger. I'm on 9 pounds of boost right now, and it's making, I don't know exactly what it's making. It's probably around the 800s. It's getting Hellcats, Mustangs. It's getting anything you throw at this. 10-speed Mustangs are where it really doesn't shine because it's a, you know, 391 gear ratio and it's a manual 6-speed. So it scoots from the beginning, but once you start getting above 130 miles per hour, she starts banking off with torque. The fueling, so I have a 8AN setup for all the fuel lines and everything. That is a Snow Performance return style regulator. I got Snow Performance fuel rails, ID 1300 XDSs, 3-bar map, big old crank pulley to move this thing. I've also pinned that so that the crank hub does not move when I'm in high RPM and launching a high RPM. It doesn't come from factory. So the thing about these cars is that they were not pinned from the factory. ProCharger recommends you do 1. I did 2 of them. Just because I did not want that thing to spin. I've had it spun on this crank before with its stock pulley. I think I had a fluid dampener on there. Now I have an ATI, and I will only run ATI. A lot less vibration than harmonics, and I felt it more of the top end than I did the bottom end. So for PCV, I've got a Mighty Mouse Wild setup. This is a 1200 horsepower catch can, and it's got a big old 12AN line. When I go into boost, this is a fancy one. It costed a bunch of money, sadly. When I go into boost, it's got its own check valve in here. So when I get into boost, what will happen is the air will actually vent out of here instead. And so what's bad about these is once you start collecting oil and you have too much and you haven't checked it, which is why I check it every time I drive it almost, because sometimes I don't, you'll have the oil actually piss out of here, and then your oil comes back, goes right into the engine, and causes a fire. But you know, most of the time it will just go through the line back into the intake. For spark, it's TR7IXs gapped at 30 thousandths, and it's got MSD hot spark 9mm spark plug wires. So that's what I got for horsepower gains. Again, I don't know what it's sitting at, but she's probably around 800. I haven't had her on the dyno. It's been a full HP Tuner Street Tune. I got it tuned by Ted Jannety up there in Connecticut. did an amazing job. I haven't had any bad problems with this, and the AFRs are absolutely amazing. For suspension, she's mostly stock. I've got some BMR bushings in there, and I've got Petter coilovers that I just threw in and are still tuning whether I go soft or harder. It's just, I'm gonna have to put it on a track and get some camera footage to really find that out, but those just got installed last week. Yeah, that's all I got for this car. I mean, it's gonna get some more done to it. It's got some body mods it needs and some other things, but I'm super happy where she's at. And I mean, really, the only thing that holds this car back is gonna be the driver, because 6-speed manual, I mean, she moves, she scoots, and she gets off the line super fast. I don't launch her too hard. I do not have 2-step because SS axles, no bueno. Soon I will go with the G-force axles here soon. Yeah, we'll be taking it for a drive and seeing what she does.
Yeah, I definitely think we go take it out for a drive.
Yeah.
Let's go do it.
Best thing about this car is you can stare at it all day, but man, until you drive the damn thing, oh. I'm gonna air down these tires though. We're gonna get a little less so we can actually get on this car today. We're gonna get on it harder than I ever have on these bead locks. So I'm gonna give poor boy a run for his money.
All right, we'll see you all in the car.
Now, ever since I put the suspension in, it has been like, since I put the coilovers in, it's been way better. But this thing used to go like fucking, like, you know, when the damn cam is like, or the crank goes, because it just fucking womp, 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 womp. And it's way worse when you're sitting there, when you first crank it up or anything. But when I put the motor mounts in and I put the new suspension in, dude, it made it so much better. You really hear the blow off valve whenever, so the way it works is when you are wanting to go into the boost, the Pro Charger's ready for it, and it's ready to put you into boost. What'll happen is your blow-off valve is going to stay open when you're in vacuum. That means the motor is pulling the pistons down, pulling air in. So your blow-off valve will stay open, and that's what creates your Pro Charger noise. The Pro Charger works like a root-style blower. It's always going to make air. It's always going to make pressure more than what you would be with the motor just pulling, sucking air in, right? Now, the moment that I put down the pedal about halfway, I already have boost ready because it's a supercharger. It's on command. As soon as you put the pedal down, you'll have boost. And so as soon as it collects that, it'll trip the blow-off valve through the vacuum block, closing it and allowing closed air to actually go into the intake and give you more power. And so you can do that at really any stage of RPM. The Pro Charger, where it becomes a super item in your toolbox, is when you are at higher RPM. It likes when you're at higher RPM. It's a top end blower. And so what I found is that this thing will not make the bottom end torque that a root style will, but it damn near makes the top end that a turbo will. So you get the best of both worlds. And on top of that, it's not sitting on the engine. It creates a lot lower temperatures for your inlet air temps. And it just, I mean, your top end is amazing. I mean, the intercooler is 6 inches wide. It's absolutely huge. I mean, it's the second biggest one you can get from Pro Charger as well. So while it's 90 degrees out, it'll be about 88 degrees going into my throttle body, and probably about 110, 120 going actually into the motor once it passes through the heads. So it gives a lot of cool air. I love it. It's definitely a different world than NA. It really is. When I was NA, I made a lot of power. When I was at 4,000 RPM, I make so much more now. It's incredible. I love it. It spins the tires right out from under you. Yeah.
What's the RPM range in this car? What does it spin up to?
So it spins up to whatever you want, but this one's tuned up to 7,200 RPM.
7,200?
Yeah.
Where does it start to trail off?
I don't know. It's never been dynoed.
Thing sounds nuts in person. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit afraid to drive this thing, but oh well.
Blow-off valve just shoots all that boost out, and then it re-engages back when I put the pedal back down.
Yeah, I can still hear you down there. I can still hear the freaking way the fuck down there.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, your turn.
All right, we're in the beast. God, this clutch is just not. I'm not used to this fucking clutch.
Dude, what'd you think?
Insane. I I'm so scared of it. I've never had a car with so much torque down low.
Because you have all that bottom end torque, and you're probably used to like the Coyote where you're getting all that top
exactly.
end.
The
It's
Coyote,
way
like,
different.
I have all the top end, none of the low end, so I can just gas it all the way up to like 4K.
Yeah, and them bead locks, man, they help you just a little bit.
I was scared, dude. I was like, I'm gonna crash this car. I'm gonna fucking total his car.
It doesn't have that many smart features in it to save you either.
I like it though.
Yeah, the one thing that wasn't on that I should have turned on for this, and really ever since I got the tires, was the StabiliTrak. You could turn everything off, and then it turns on assistant if you double tap it to where it'll catch you, and it'll just keep you playing. That's why you've never seen a Camaro fucking go off into the distance, and if they did, they didn't have StabiliTrak on.
I freaking forgot to put the e-brake down.
Oh my god!
I was like, ah, shit, I'm so sorry.
How long was it?
It was just up here. Okay. I was like, oh fuck,
that's fine.
I mean, it's pretty comfortable though. The transmission feels really good in the hand. It's loose. It's set up more loose, so what I like. The only thing I can't really quite get used to is that clutch, like taking off. It just wants to grab immediately.
It's a twin disc, and then I
expected that.
That and that cam lobe. That's what you're dealing with there.
That too.
So what are some differences that you have between a car like this and the Coyote or the Voodoo and GT350 that you have?
So I will say, besides like the torque and like the power band differences, the chassis, I mean, feels relatively similar.
I mean, they're both pony cars. They're you know.
I mean, it feels like light enough still. But I can still easily get around a corner, take a corner just fine.
Right.
But it's not. It doesn't feel as heavy as like a Mopar, for example. It still feels pretty light.
And this car does weigh in at about 4,000 pounds when it's just you and a full tank of gas. So right now we're at about 4,300 pounds right now.
I will say with the tire setup you have on here, with it being on drag slicks, I mean, it definitely feels a lot more floaty in the rear end.
It is very floaty.
For me, I'm trying to get used to the power band difference. Like, I'll probably keep talking about that the whole time, but just having everything like instantly down low, coupled with the Pro Charger.
Yep, for that top end,
it's a nasty setup. It's a seriously nasty setup.
It pretty much almost covers all of the power band that it will. Because you have that top end, but you also have that bottom end that you want as well.
Yeah, she's wanting to like squat. I can feel her squatting.
It's not only the squatting, it's the high or the low tire pressure that you're at, but also mixed with the fact that it'll allow yourself to kind of go left and right because of how wavy the tires are. They're not super stiff. If we had the R2s on this thing, it would be a lot more solid. So that's why you're feeling all that kind of get up.
If I were to ever get into this platform, I definitely think I would build it for drag racing for sure.
Yeah.
Like the LT motor is perfect for it. The classic pushrod motor that's pretty simple, you know, easier to maintain than a Coyote or...
It's a lot easier to build in a garage with a lot less know-how. Now, if you're mechanically inclined, I'm a little bit more mechanically inclined than most. I'm a mechanic by trade. And so working on a Coyote or anything like that, or on a Dodge, is going to be easy no matter what. The thing about these LSs and LTs, especially the LS platform, is super easy. It's like almost dummy-proof to work on. The amount of power that they make for the dollar, horsepower per dollar is super there. And then on top of that, I mean, if they blow up, if I need a block, I can get one for about 1,800 bucks already ready, and just these components inside.
I feel like they're cheaper to get into.
Oh, they are. They're so much cheaper to get into.
But it's more expensive in the long run to build or to make power than like a Ford Mustang would be.
It can be, especially out the get. If you take a factory Stang or a factory LS, you're gonna get more out of that from the Coyote all day with boost without even plucking the motor apart.
I've only ever driven one Camaro or Camaro chassis in my life, and it was a rental. It was the V6, the RS.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, there's some similarities in terms of how everything's set up in the cabin, but that power band is definitely not there. This has changed my perspective on Camaros, to be quite honest with you.
If you drove an RS, if I drove a V6, Charger or V6 Mustang, you'd be like, then you get into the V8, it's like, okay. Like when I drove a Dodge, I drove a Scat Pack for the first time, and I was like, I talk shit about them all the time. A Chevy motor. I like the pushrod motor, but I like the better one in my opinion. but I got one of those, and those things scoot. I didn't know they scoot so well, even though they weigh 4,400 pounds.
Yeah, they're pretty comfy cars as well.
Yes, they are. They just waste too damn much.
It feels more raw.
Yeah.
It's definitely more raw.
All right, guys, that's the end of this review. I know it was my car. He was hopefully was unbiased as he could be. I know he's the Mustang guy, so unbiased opinion, it's not the fastest thing on the road. It's one of those intermediate, not good at anything, but not bad at anything. And I think the next car we're gonna do is actually a GT350, and I'm gonna be driving that.
It's gonna be mine too. He's gonna absolutely kill it. Yeah, seriously, this thing is a beast of a car. I came in with kind of low expectations of it, but it's such a raw, like well-rounded car. Especially with how you have it set up, it feels really good.
Yeah. It's got a lot of stuff done to it, and I built it all myself.
Nice. Yeah. She's nice. But all right, we'll catch you guys on the next one. See y'all later. Deuces.